Divisions of commerce. In the previous chapter, we introduced commerce, we defined commerce, and we looked at activities that aid commerce. Now we're going to look at the various divisions of commerce. Okay, so we have the diagram showing commerce. This is commerce, and commerce is divided into, we explained trade, we explained transportation in the previous chapter, we explained warehousing, we explained banking and the effects of banking on commerce. We also looked at insurance and advertising. Now these are very important divisions of commerce. Now an individual cannot carry out all the activities of commerce, so we have different aspects of it. You have various banks in Nigeria, Zenith Bank, GT Bank, etc. We have warehouses, we have people in charge of transportation, we have ABC, we have planes, etc. Various means of transportation, we have by rail, by water, etc. We have various insurance companies, for example, Stanbic, IBTC, okay, and various other insurance companies. Advertising, we have people in radio, TV, adverts, printing of flyers and posters. There's so many aspects of commerce. Okay, so they're broadly classified into 6 aspects. Okay, so we're expected to know by heart these aspects of commerce. Okay, but before then, let's look into trade. Trade means the buying and selling of goods and services, and it's, if you look at this other part of the diagram here, it's divided into 2. We have the home trade and foreign trade. From the way it sounds, you can easily guess what it means. Home trade means the buying of and selling of goods and services within a particular country. Okay, so it could be in this country, Nigeria, all the activities involving buying and selling just within the country. And we have home trade divided into these other aspects of them. So these are the channels which facilitate home trade. So we have from the manufacturer to the wholesaler, and then from the wholesaler to the retailer, and the retailer to the consumer. So it's more like a process. While the manufacturer, from the manufacturer will go to the wholesaler. Wholesaler buys in bulk. Then from the manufacturer down to the retailer buys in smaller quantities from the wholesaler. Then the retailer now sells directly to the final consumer. So it starts, the process starts with the manufacturer and ends when the product gets to the consumer. So if the product does not get to the consumer, then the process is not complete. The aim of manufacturing, in fact the aim of commerce, is to get the product down to the final user, which is the consumer. Okay, now points that we must note is this, that when we come to retailers can also be divided into 2. You have large and small retailers. Okay, large retailers, we could look at them as, let's say, big supermarkets like ShopRite. They also buy in smaller quantities. Let's say they could buy rice in smaller quantities, but they sell, in fact they have more cash, they invest more on retailing than the small retailers. Okay, and they have many people coming to the supermarket to buy such goods, so they are called such big retailers are called large retailers. Then the smaller retailers are the ones you see around our vicinity. They have small kiosks or small shops or small supermarkets, and they buy, and individuals living around the area could easily walk into the kiosk or supermarket and buy the items. So they're called small retailers. Okay, then foreign trade, it involves buying and selling between countries. So it's divided into three parts. You have imports, exports, and entrepôts. Imports, or let's start with exports. In Nigeria here, we produce, let's say, oil palm. We process the oil palm and we now sell it off to other countries. We also have crude oil. We export crude oil to other countries, so they buy from us and we make the profit here in the country. So that's called exports. Goods produced within the country are moved outside the country to be purchased by other countries. Now imports, for example, cars. We don't produce cars in this country. For such reasons, we have to now buy cars from other countries. Okay, so that's called imports. Now entrepôts means we import. In fact, it means, let's break into two. It means imports and exports. So we import the item, we don't use it here, and we immediately re-export it to another country. So let's say someone buys an item from France, imports from France into Nigeria, now shifts it out to Ghana. So that's an example of entrepôts. It means re-exportation. Okay, now these are the various divisions of commerce that we should know about. Now at this point, I want you to click on Start Quiz and answer all the questions for